Hemel Hempstead in Hertfordshire, Behemoth.
The name means strong-willed water ox. Got axes, air horns, amber flashing beacons, all catching the eye and the ear, but Moth don't dance too near the flames.
Hello, this is Behemoth. I'm Anthony, the team captain. This year we've upgraded it. We can pull 1.5 ton with it now, so we've increased the strength.
Beforehand, we couldn't actually lift very high at all. We've now increased the height lifting to that, which allows us to actually roll over other robots and actually have an edge.
Around the back, we have some extra little weapons from last year.
Okay. Basically, in the last wars, we found that the rear of the robot was undefended, so we fitted these 2 axes here. This defends the rear of the robot from anything that tries to come in from the back.
Robot ears, stand by.
Shark Attack with Peter Gagan, Graham Walker and Richard Jackson. And Behemoth, Anthony and Michael Pritchard and Kane Aston.
3, 2, 1, activate.
I noticed with the Shark Attack team, by the way, all the Scout Masters are here. And the poor old Scouts who did all the work are probably back out on camp somewhere. Yeah, you take all the glory, boys. Don't worry about it. Behemoth, flipping Shark Attack up. Stainless steel body on Shark Attack taking some punishment. Not a lot there, hardly a scratch, actually. Oh, but flipped on its side by Behemoth. And there, the lack of mobility from Shark Attack. They won't be able to right themselves, I'm sure. Well, flip. Not a flop, it didn't go over. But now needs this like a pain in the rear. And you will get a pain in the rear from Matilda, I'm sure, boys. You need to get out of there. That's shunt as well. Oh, look at that damage straight away. Goodness me. Cleaving a huge hole in the underside of Shark Attack. And the only merit badge this little lot are going to get is in welding, I think, to repair that. Look at Matilda coming in for the kill as well. Jaws? Paws, more like. This was a pussycat.
Behemoth, strong as an ox. Shark Attack, more like a dolphin that's been slapped around the gills. Behemoth goes through.
Behemoth, bigger and better than ever.
Yeah.
The bigger chopper obviously works.
Yeah, we definitely got lifting sorted out this year.
Yes. So another year older, another year wiser.
Indeed.
And a bigger chopper that did you the world of good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. They just don't get the bigger chopper gag. Right, Behemoth team. Have you made any more developments to your robot?
Not such, no.
No?
Just sorted the axes out. We was having a few little problems with them in the last battle. That's sorted now. It's just one of the trim pockets were moved across. So
And right, are you feeling quite confident?
Reasonably confident.
yeah, it depends on what happens, really.
Well, it always depends on what happens.
Yes.
Robot ears, stand by.
There, Behemoth, Anthony, Michael and Kane. General Carnage, Nigel Seeley and Sarah Byrne.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Just wonder if those radio-controlled aerial masts look vulnerable on the back of Behemoth to that cutting pincher blade at the front of General Carnage. Oh, goodness me, flipped over! Well, no vulnerability at all. Behemoth with a snow plough at the front. Look at this. Up you go. Roly-poly. Over and out. And they certainly got their radio signals right, didn't they, the Behemoth team? Now, all those boys need to do is stay out of trouble from the house robots and make sure that General Carnage can't right itself. You see the twin axes? That's the new development on the back of Behemoth from the last wars. What can Nigel Seeley do here? Well, they're sharing some sort of grim joke at the end. With the house robot Sergeant Bash and Kill-A-Lot also in to have some fun on General Carnage, while Behemoth, well, I was going to say, sensibly stays out of trouble. It doesn't want to take on the house robots. Guarded there at the top of the picture, you see, staying away from trouble as General Carnage is cut to ribbons. Look at that slice. Is that smoke I can see on General Carnage? Battle scarred now. Camouflage no good whatsoever in the arena for Nigel and Sarah. What on earth can they find funnier about all this? Oh, and look, Behemoth taking on Dead Metal there. Well, oh, and also Bash is on the edge of the pit. Well, the house robots have a saying, remember, there's always time to dismember. And they will be back at you later on in Robot Wars, Behemoth. And Kill-A-Lot has a long memory. General Carnage, out of it, of course. Oh, no! Back to life! Can he edge Sergeant Bash into the pits? Shunt behind. Just back into life. I don't know if there's any mobility left in there, though. Oh, dear, look at that. Slamming into the top with the huge blade. At the back and shunt. Kill-A-Lot tosses it in the air. There's the slam dunk again onto the arena floor. As Dead Metal goes for some sort of revenge on Behemoth. Ooh, right into the guts of General Carnage. Not a lot left there. A hole on the front right corner, scratched and scarred. And now, General Carnage about to be barbecued. Kill-A-Lot takes it towards the pit, I think. About to dump it finally, but oh, can he get it in there? Because Bash is slightly obstructing, I would think. No. General Carnage is gone. They know it, everyone knows it. He's smoking. And Behemoth is the winner.
Well, General Carnage is total toast. Behemoth goes through to round 3. You did very well in the last war.
Yeah.
And it's going very well for you so far, isn't it?
It has, definitely.
How much weight can that bucket carry?
Around 300k. Yeah.
300 kilogram. Harder fights to come, though.
This is true.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Behemoth!
The Behemoth monster. Practically beer swilling, isn't it? I mean, can do just about everything else.
Yeah, well,
It's performing brilliantly, I have to say.
It's much better than the last one. Definitely much better. It's definitely sorted out the tipping.
You're into those house robots.
Well, they came into us there. We were trying to keep her out, but then all of a sudden, well, they're going to start coming for us. So.
But last year you did this. Last year you'd made sure you'd won and then you'd sneaked off and kept out of trouble.
Well, this year we sneaked off a little bit, but then we thought, no, let's go for it.
You've got the power to do it this year, so we want to see it, okay?
Well, we'll give Dead Metal a bit of he's bent his claws.
Has he?
Yeah.
We want to see more damage in your next fight.
Will do.
All right then.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Replaced in the series semi-finals. Pitbull just running around Behemoth early on. Behemoth by far the heavier, nearly 20 kilos heavier than Pitbull. Well, spinning like a mad dog there. Hope Pitbull hasn't had a trip abroad meanwhile and come back with rabies. Flipped over. Please turn over. PTO. You saw it on the bottom there of Pitbull. Rolling back again though. Good speed away from Behemoth. Don't forget, should both robots still be mobile at the end, it'll go to the judges. And look at the jaws trying to clamp down on Behemoth's snowplow front. That's not great control over the flame pit there. Anthony and Michael Pritchard, Kane Aston in the Behemoth team. Took them 4 months to build. Grinding jaws. The flashing eye of Pitbull as well. Aye, he's got something to get his teeth into there. Turning away. And on the attack again. Gnashing of the jaws. Behemoth into the CPZ. That's good driving by Pitbull. Well, we didn't think he was a sheepdog, but he certainly got Behemoth into the pen of Kill-A-Lot there. And this is a tremendous performance here by Ivor and Phil in the Pitbull team, because Behemoth went into this very much as the favourite for the heat final. What happened there? just flipped up and over! It was the spike in the arena floor once, and up and over. It hopped into the spike. The spike came up and flipped Behemoth over, trying to use the snowplow to right itself. In real trouble here, Behemoth. If Pitbull can nudge it towards Kill-A-Lot, the dog could be through. There, the spike underneath Pitbull. Wow, that was fantastic, hopping and jumping around like a dog with a flea in its ear. Kill-A-Lot now and Dead Metal. Well, they're the cutting blade on the bottom of Behemoth. And I think also Kill-A-Lot's got its lance in through the top of the Behemoth robot. Slicing damage there. You can see the pincer of Kill-A-Lot closer. They're hardly in the groove, Behemoth. Let's find a slot for you somewhere on the arena floor, perhaps, says Dead Metal. Pitbull ramming itself against the arena wall. Well, they're bad, the Pitbull team. They're all over the place. Oh, and there's the great flipper! Look at this. Caught on the flipper top, and over he goes, Behemoth. Super stuff. Rolling across the arena floor, straight back towards Dead Metal. They've made a right dog's dinner of this. And Pitbull go into the series semi-final kennels.
From England, Behemoth.
Don't let the moth fly too close to the flame pits. The underside's flammable and the 12-volt electric motor vulnerable. It's heavy, though, has twin blades and may give someone the axe here.
I'm Anthony, Kane, this is Michael, and we're fighting for England. This is Behemoth. Its main weapon is a pneumatic scoop, which can lift about 300 kilograms. At the rear, we have a couple of axes which are designed for damage.
Roboteers, stand by.
There's Behemoth with Anthony, Michael and Kane, and Techno-Lease, Eric,
3,
and Franz Verplanker.
1, activate.
And their robot is shiny. Oh, good to see the old L plates in the back, or NL plates anyway. They need L plates if they drive like that straight into the scoop of Behemoth. Can Techno-Lease right itself? Doesn't look like it. And that could be it. No, look, they're thinking we're already out. Well, we're heading back to the windmills, and a little bit of anxiety and disappointment on those tulips from Amsterdam.
Hey, Behemoth team, what on earth are you doing? What are you still ferreting them for at this point?
We're just testing it. Make sure it works when we get in there. Kind of important that it does when you're against Mortis.
Exactly. How do you feel up against Mortis? Do you think you can get them?
A little worried, but, well, they've got self-righters, so even if we do, it relies on the basis that hopefully they won't run.
Have you got the power to, for example, push them in the pit?
We've got the power to push them in the pit.
It's just whether they stay still long enough.
Right.
They're pretty quick, so we're pretty slow.
Okay. All right, well, I wish you all the best, because you're going to need all the luck in the world, I think, with this one. It's a difficult one.
Thanks.
The Mortis boys look confident. Behemoth has that front scoop that could lift them up and over, don't forget. Mortis against Behemoth.
Roboteers, stand by.
An all-English affair.
3, 2, 1.
Mighty tense. And a real heavyweight back of this. Mortis with the hammer and also with the lifting arm. But there's the Behemoth scoop. Don't forget that can lift up 300 pounds. Oh, and Mortis up and over and bracing itself first on the hammer blade. They look so cool. There's the arm also bracing Mortis. But they're being edged towards the pit and they'll need to move here quickly on its side. Goodness me, the Behemoth boys there nearly have Mortis in the pit. And they do now! What a surprise! Behemoth through and the Mortis confidence misplaced.
Well, Behemoth one step closer to the World Championship title. He throws Mortis in the pits and out of the competition.
And that's a major surprise, surely, for Rob Knight, the Mortis captain, in the pits with Philippa.
At any moment were you thinking, oh no, this isn't going to work, he's going to get me?
When the axe came in, it was, but it only just caught in there and jammed in between the gaps. So And then as soon as they came in at front, we was front on front, and we just picked them up. And then over they went, and then just pushed them around the arena.
You can see it glazing over your eyes, the thought of winning the competition.
Well, beating Mortis is quite a triumph in its own, really.
It is. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well, guys, you're going for a place in the final of the World Championships. How are you feeling?
Not too bad.
You beat Mortis, and that was one of the favourites.
Indeed. There's no pit this time.
Yeah, you can't push him into the pit.
No, we can't push them into the pit.
But you can flip him over.
You can flick them over, push them to the Sergeant Bash, or push them to the Flame Pit. That makes them
So there are your
interesting.
tactics.
Yeah.
Prepare to do battle.
Behemoth then from England. And there, the Irish scarred and burnt entry, Diotoir.
Robot ears, stand by.
Hey, great fun. Peter Redmond, Joe Gavin and Kieran Byrne. And the Behemoth boys too. Two very popular teams in the pits. Waltz together. This for a place in the world final. And there the flipper of Behemoth, and up and over Diotoir. And there the Shreenek, the self-righting mechanism, coming into play, but not righting Diotoir first time. Behemoth gives them a little bit of a helping hand. And they're just going to leave them on its side. And that has totally negated the self-righting mechanism. That won't do. Behemoth's chances any good, though. Helping Diotoir out. Sporting a hand, that's what Robot Wars is all about. Now, you see, once you've been sporting late, you can come in for the kill. Are they on fire again? Diotoir kebab. There's not a lot left of the fur, let's be honest. Up and over. They know there's a torch there. Sergeant Bash and the flamethrower. There's the torch from the side of the arena. And we have ignition. And blast off for Diotoir any moment now, I should think. Unless they can use that arm to get in underneath Behemoth. And don't forget, this English robot on the right, with the stripes, has already beaten the much-fancied Mortis. There, the big scoop. Up and over again. And barbecued Diotoir is just about to be put out for good, I would think. Spinning it, rolling it, crashing it. Again, lifting on the front of the Irish team. They're desperately trying to stay alive. And come on the attack now to take on Behemoth. Are we to see just a little bit of a sting in the tail for those judges and the rest of us? Well, a little bit tentative, a bit of a prod and a shove. And I don't think Diotoir has the lifting power to hoist this 80-kilogram Behemoth. Just trying once again. Time ticking down, though. Both robots still mobile at the end.
Well, I think I know who won, but both robots were still mobile. We're going to have to go to the judges for a decision. And the judges have made a decision. I thought so. It's unanimous. The winners are Behemoth.
No surprise there, the English boys winning. But the Irish lads have been magnificent. Sporting all the way through. Great fun.
Well, guys, you're in the grand final of the World Championship of Robot Wars. How'd you feel?
Very good. Very good.
You were like a cat toying with a mouse. You flipped him on his back, then you flipped him back over, then you put him on his side.
Yeah, well, their self-right didn't quite work, so I thought, well, we'll put them back on. That a bit of fun, tip them over.
You weren't taking them seriously. You knew you could win that any time you wanted to, didn't you?
Well, it's being kind, though.
You were being kind, were you?
Yeah.
It's a strong robot, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
How much can that shovel lift?
The lifting is about 300 kilograms, and it can pull about 1.5 tons. It can pull a Land Rover easily.
It can pull a Land Rover.
Yeah.
Well, I reckon you're in with a good chance. You've beaten some good robots to get this far.
Indeed.
Good luck for the final.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Behemoth!
The Pritchard boys and Kane Aston through, but the Irish lads, hugely popular with the audience, have been sporting all the way through. Well done to them.
Look at your grin.
I know.
How do you feel?
Great. It's nice to actually make it to the finals of the World Championship. It's a great feat, really, in its own.
Now, some people would have said that you were very, very silly for flipping him back the right way.
Yeah, well, we thought the majority of the opponents we're going to go up against, we haven't flipped them back, so we thought, well, we'll play with this one.
Have a game.
Yeah.
Have a laugh.
Yeah.
Give us a better show.
Yeah, make it last a bit longer.
They loved it as well.
Yeah.
They had a really good time. So thank you very much. It was a great battle. Well
you.
done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank
You feel, guys?
Slightly confident, but I mean, we're not going to push our luck because we know what we're against. We know what they're capable of doing. It's just basically keep the front on and see what we can do.
So what's pushing your luck then? Trying to flip him? Does that mean you're not going to try and flip him?
Well, we're going to try and
We can
flip him,
try.
but he'll come back again. But if we can try and do it like we did with Mortis, keep him so he can't come back on his wheels, then
Right.
the robot will be safe.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
The world final. And immediately on the attack, it's Razer with the beak and Behemoth with the scoop. The two most dangerous weapons we've seen throughout these world championships. The scoop raises and drops. In on the attack again comes Razer, flipped up on its side. Now it can use that beak to right itself if it can get away from the clutches of Behemoth, which is pinning Razer down on the floor at the moment. Razer desperately trying to get some sort of claw hold on the arena floor, but this is good steering and controlled aggression from the Pritchard boys and Kane Aston in that Behemoth team. Matilda comes in as well. Now you can see the wings on the beak, as it were, as Razer flips itself up, comes on the attack. Turned over once again, though. And worry here for Simon Scott and Vincent Blood and Ian Lewis in that Razer team. The Behemoth boys are on top. Razer being toppled and turned again onto the flame pit. It'll get itself away from there, I'm sure. That is rising phoenix-like from the flames, or is it? Can they get away from there? I don't think they can. I think that wing isn't gaining sufficient purchase on the grid of the flame pit. They get a nudge. They're off now. They could be away any moment. There's something wrong here, you know, with Razer. And Razer has a history of mechanical breakdowns. And I think they've gone again. The beat, the Sreemec, the self-righting mechanism. No, they're okay. They're off and running. Oh, for a minute there, I thought they'd gone. And I think Simon Scott did too. Vincent Blood there, the bald head at the bottom of your picture, we know what he's like. Ever had a dinky toy when you were a kid? Vincent, when he was 7, built a car crusher to destroy them. That's what he's like. This is Razer, though, crushing Behemoth, the frame. And the bottom part of Behemoth there is its most vulnerable part. Just peeling away the plating along the side. Hopping and jumping now, look, Razer. And Behemoth pinned between Shunt and Razer, and in trouble. This is an epic final. Damage sustained by both, but it's Razer there, pinning Behemoth down towards the CPZ, the corner patrol zone, the flags of St. George on the top of Behemoth. An all-English final. Razer turns to come on the attack, now dances away from Behemoth. Spins again. Behemoth just waiting for Razer to drive itself onto the front scoop and trying to lift but missing. Now Razer going around the side panel again to crunch down and peel away that side plate. The Pritchard boys trying to control Behemoth away. Keep your distance. The sticker says, well, they haven't kept their distance from Razer. And who's the winner here? What a wonderful final.
What a fantastic final. While the judges make their decision, let's look at some of the highlights of Razer Behemoth, the World Championship final.
Early on, Razer flipped up and over by Behemoth. Onto the flame pits. I thought it was out there. I thought they'd lost control and power. Very slowly trying to right themselves. Couldn't get up and over. Finally did. Took time though. They were alive. And from now on in, Razer dominated the final. Causing problems and causing damage to Behemoth. That's the main damage sustained by anyone in this final. Behemoth tried to flip it, it didn't work. So back came Razer on the attack. Again, this time on the other side. Similar fate though, crumpling and crashing. What a final. How close was this?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a decision. It's a split decision. 2-1 It goes to Razer!